Okay, I believe it's all ready now. And it's just title screen. I ended up, instead of saving the game where it was, I already had died once, so I went ahead and did the save and quit. That ups my counter, but my counter is not going to be impressive at this point anyway. I don't consider a single digit death counter really any more impressive than a double digit one. I mean, the impressive thing is the 0 deaths, but it's not. I guess I'll just start from my house. But it doesn't give you anything other than a nice 0 in your on your file. Okay, so let's see. Can't remember where I was. I think I just beat. I think I just beat the blind thief. Named Blind, who wasn't blind. Maybe he just liked wearing a blindfold so that the light wouldn't annoy him. And that's why he also hated the light. You would hide out in a dark dungeon that doesn't really look as dark as... It doesn't really look dark. Because in order to actually look like a dungeon, you know, they'd have to like do lighting effects and whatnot. And they're not really going to be doing that because, you know, this isn't an era where lighting effects was really much of a thing. You'd have like special programming or areas for it. I'm going to have a little luck, I guess. Okay. I don't even know why I'm doing this because I almost never use bombs or arrows. I'm just doing it for the sake of completion. Later games would turn this into like a... would turn this sort of thing into... you know, you had a bag of bombs that was a special bag that could only carry bombs. I don't know why you needed a special bag for it, but... in later games. Like having a quiver that contains arrows, like I could see that because, you know, you could... I think you could reason out that you need like a particular harness for a quiver so that you can draw the arrows quickly. And I guess I'll have to be okay with some big trouble. I guess I have 2 fairies already. I don't even know what... But I guess I'll have to be okay with big trouble luck. That doesn't do anything. Kind of wish it actually did something, because that would be more interesting if it like tinkered with the drop mechanics a little. Not necessarily, you know, not necessarily make it so that you let's see, magic flames. Yep. But make it so that the thing that is... make it so that the drop mechanics, like the random distribution of if items get dropped by things, or what items get dropped by things, you know, like arrows, bombs, hearts. Make it, or rupees. Make it so that the auto generation of that is tinkered with. So if you have big trouble, it like makes it so that bombs drop a lot more frequently, but you can't get hearts anymore. Or like if you have a little luck, make it so that everything drops a little more frequently. Then a lot of luck maybe might prioritize hearts dropping over everything else, because they're generally the most useful. Especially if you enter the dungeon with like full complements of hearts and have been upgrading them. But I guess it's also possible that somebody would not necessarily, you know, get to this point having discovered everything. Or, you know, not having discovered the not everything, but not having discovered the way to upgrade the bombs and such. Alright, that's a one-way. Seems impressive to me that like people that do speedrunnings can remember absolutely everything of these dungeons and such. I mean, it's been a while since I've played it, but some parts I remember very well and other parts I don't remember very well. But still, it seems crazy to me that there's people that will play a game so much, like over and over, that they just absolutely know everything there is to know about it. I had a friend at once that he had a Nintendo 64. I think he got as a gift one year, but he only ever had like 2 games for multiple years for it. And one of the games was, I think, Star Fox 64. And as a result of that, he played it so much that he was able to know where all the enemies spawn, the best route to get the highest score in the game, and I think he was able to get, like, if not the highest scores in, the game that were possible, get something that was reasonably close to being the highest. Like, it's not a trivial thing to get to the point that he was able to do. It got to the point where when I saw what his profile was, like the score that he had for all the levels in the game, they were all like ridiculous. Like, I wasn't bad at that game, but all his high scores were like double mine per level. And it's just ridiculous that he was that good at it, I thought. But, you know, like, he would have been back then the type of person that would be able to speedrun it, but that was a result of him only having like 2 games to play. And I think the other one may have been Mario 64. So, you know, there's a little less intense replay value in that, but I think he probably played that one a lot too. But you know, usually, usually I have access to a lot of different games. So if I always had access to a lot of different games, and when I didn't, I was busy with other things. So I never really got into the correct mindset for that kind of thing. That's just this is the first time that the skeleton enemies have appeared in the game, so there's a thing telling you that is that. Whoops. I thought I had something else equipped for some reason, even though there's no reason to think it. Oh, whoops. Okay. Clearing those little shadow rats out helped a lot in that room, I think. Kind of wish... It's a subtle thing, but it kind of feels wrong to try to play this without a Super Nintendo controller. I think I had a similar experience when I tried this on the game, played this through on the Game Boy Advance, but I think this is, the Pro controller is definitely more oriented towards the, it's naturally oriented towards wanting to use the analog pad. And I think part of it is also I don't really play with this gamepad very much. Like usually when I play the Switch, I use the dual, the thing that's normally attached to it. So I feel that controls a lot more naturally, but in a game that's not actually in a game that doesn't actually use the analog stick, it's not very good to use them if it doesn't actually utilize that input, because diagonals will feel all awkward. I can't remember if that's the correct way to go. Nope, I guess not. Don't got the big key yet. Now see, if people said that this dungeon was the hardest, I would believe that more, I think, than most of the other dungeons I hear are the hardest from people. Because this is probably one of the more maze-like dungeons. Although really, it's just a matter, usually, of going where you haven't been. I think all the time, really. Ah. Okay. There we go. You know, I don't know if I've ever tried... Actually, I probably have tried to use the magic bag on everything, but... or the magic powder. But I never remember what most of the enemies turn into. If you do actually do that. So let's see if he turns into anything. I guess he doesn't. Whoops. Oh man. Well, I don't want to go to the nothing for me at the left. Actually, there was a door with a key hole over there, I think, maybe. But oh well. Ah, dang it. But yeah. I mean, the D-pad kind of feels a little awkward to do diagonals with as well. But I don't think it's quite as bad as the analog stick would be. Oh, hi, Aniga Kitty. More like the most confusing. Oh, this dungeon? I don't know when you made that comment, but yeah. I could see that. I think when people say that one dungeon is the hardest, usually I think they mean that it's the most confusing. Because in terms of difficulty, I think generally the Zelda games, they don't really have difficult areas. Because as much as people hate the idea of, easy games, I think these games are as liked as much as they are because they feel like they have some areas that are harder than others, but they're only hard if you don't take side paths and discover secrets. And as long as you're out there running around discovering secrets and getting items and equipment, then they become a lot more comfortable to play. They become a lot easier for you. But I think generally speaking, the reason why they're liked is because it has all those secrets. All those little things to discover. I don't know how many extra hearts I have right now because of heart hunting. I think probably 3 or 4 at this point. But it would definitely be harder to, I'd definitely have a harder time trying to go through the game if I hadn't gone out and gotten all those things. That way the fact that I don't have the half damage from enemies power up right now means that, every hit is, I can take 8 hits right now, maybe, from most enemies before I die. Whereas if I didn't have those 4 or 5 extra hearts, I'd be able to take only 5. That'd make the game a lot harder. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah. I'm missing 8, so that'd be 16, so I have 4 heart pieces then. If that's the number. But yeah, I'm not missing 8, but I have only part of I think I have 2 heart pieces right now. So I think I'm only missing 6 then. But I think we determined earlier that... Ah, dang it. I don't know why I was doing that part so badly. But yeah, I think we determined that I was missing 8 the last time you showed up. And then I think after you left... okay, that probably wasn't the right place to go. But oh well. Yeah. I don't know if that pot on the right had a heart container or not. Or a key. There we go. Okay, there is a key over there. But yeah, this is, I think, the most maze-like area. I think the second to last area. No, it wasn't. Oh man. I'm not even sure what you're responding to. Just wasn't paying attention. Okay, I went from the bottom, I think, before to the left. So I do want to go up the stairs over there, I think. I almost missed the crack there. Oh, I guess it's nothing. Imagine if the Stalfos was that easy to defeat in all the later ones too. Just one sword swipe and a bomb, one bomb. Woo. Hooray. Okay. You know where everything in the dungeon is? Yeah. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I remember, like when I actually did try to beat this game without getting a 0 in every level. I do remember that I was knowledgeable enough about the dungeons to make that an actual, like, practical possibility. Because knowing that about all the dungeons is super helpful, so it does kind of become feasible if you know exactly what you're doing to go do that. Because I remember I would also, like, I didn't need to get all the heart pieces unless I actually had the thing to do it, but one of the things I remember doing about that also was attempting to, like, in that run through, I would definitely not have picked up that particular pot there. Because, you know, Ah. Oh well. Well, that's why I have the other fairy. I guess I'll try to... Nope. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's dumping me towards the start of it. Okay, I guess I just have to go down a bunch. There's no other rooms here. Okay. Yeah. Well, if it was that easy to kill them in later games. I think the challenge of that enemy is mostly that you almost never need bombs in the game, but bombs are actually kind of useful to use. So it's sort of like, for some reason I thought that was a staircase down, maybe. That's why I went there. But, oh well. But yeah, you almost never need bombs, but you can kind of use bombs in some situations as a pretty good weapon. And so I think this is the first game where you actually, like... I think in the very first one, you can kind of use bombs as a weapon, but they're not very good, and they're mostly to use secrets, or to get secrets. But that's largely true here. But in the first game, it was kind of like bombs were much more useful in general. So you were in the habit of just using bombs a lot, I feel. But, I don't know. It's, I guess the games always have had kind of a, they can be useful, but not necessarily that useful sort of thing. Like they're useful in combat. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. The things that turns Link into a bunny, you can use magic powder on it while it's still under the skull. Oh, okay. I'm sure I've used magic powder on it before and seen it not do something, like not do anything, but I did not ever think of trying to use it while it's still under the skull to get a fairy. Because I'm pretty sure when I was trying to experiment to just, learn all the things I could exploit so that I could do a run through the game with trying to do 0 deaths, I'm pretty sure that that's one of the things I tested specifically so that I'd know how feasible it is to get a fairy at that. Or maybe I'm just imagining things. I could be, because, it's not... Man, I'm really bad at this. But yeah, I remember using the magic powder on everything to try to get that working. I guess I should have waited for the thing to go around. I thought I was out of range of it. Well, I got a heart. That's something. Whee! You're bad at this game too. I feel that half the time that I am screwing up, it's because I can't use the D-pad appropriately. Like, I'm not going to say the D-pad is bad. I think it's just half the time I think I feel that I'm like not good with the D-pad, and that's what's causing the trouble for me. And I think half the time it's me just making a dumb mistake. That's what I mean about the game being liked because it's easy. Because it's like I think I'm really doing bad at this, but like because I have so many hearts and I have the 4 bottles, all of which the bottles are optional. Like you don't need to get any bottles to beat the game. But the bottles extend your life so much that it's kind of like if you have them, it makes it gives you so much more room to screw up. So like if you were really good at the game, you could do a run to show off where you don't get any bottles whatsoever. Oh right, I need to drop down on the left, not the right. But like, I don't even know what I was thinking there. But yeah, the bottles are such a help to you that it's kind of you know, they didn't need to include 4 even. They could have just had 1 bottle and it would have filled out the item and it would have been able to use it and such. But you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with the game being easy. Not like a lot of people seem to hate easy-ish games for some reason, but you know, the way this is it still feels like it's challenging even though it gives you so much help if you look for it. Which, you know, lots of secrets to find and stuff to do means that it feels like the game is as hard as you want it to be. But anyway, why is there fire in this room full of ice? You'd think if there was one room in this that didn't have a slippery floor, it would be this one. I mean, it's part of the challenge, but, you know, I couldn't make that, like, blue to maybe hint it was electricity or something. I guess they have kind of limited, they probably have at least a somewhat limited ability to develop graphics for particular rooms, but still. Seems to me that the best thing to do would be to I think there was one of those fairy things in this room. I'm gonna go grab it. What? Oh, I thought there was a fairy thing underneath a skull up here. Or one of those things that could turn into a fairy. But I guess not. It's another room I'm thinking of, I guess. Oh well. But yeah, they have limited graphics to develop all this. I guess it's, you know, magical ice. Or maybe it's just so cold in this room that it has that effect. Hey, Star Fox. Yeah. Thanks. Welcome to the channel. I've been streaming for a few weeks now. It's a little more fun than I expected. I don't know why I jumped down that hole. I really shouldn't have. Not remembering the dungeon is really punishing me in this level. Because not only have I gone through these few rooms several times unnecessarily, but I also made a few wrong turns that extended the length of time that I've been in this dungeon. Okay. Okay, well. Ah, I thought I was going to kill the creature there. But nope. It was... No, I thought that was the one that opened the door. I don't think it's there. Okay, it was that one. Okay, so I need to go up 2 floors. Should have used the hook shot, not fell down. What? Oh, I could have used the hook shot in that room? I don't know. Yeah, I can certainly see this being an all-time favorite. Star Fox. I don't think it's mine, but, you know, it's definitely up there. It's one of the best. But that's actually, I think, kind of a very difficult question to answer, because all of the Zelda games are very highly polished. I can't really think of any offhand of the official ones that are good, or that are bad. Like, they're all good. I guess it's that room that has the thing. I guess I'll go across and check out if the one room can be hook-shotted across. One of the interesting things about this is that I think it's about streaming in general. Oh yeah, I can. I really don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't know where the part is that I can do that. Okay, it's there. Try out Skyward Sword HD. I tried Skyward Sword, and that game, I don't think it's bad, but it definitely did not appeal to me. Like, I played it all the way through, but the reason why I did was because I was... it was my brother's copy of the game. I was living with him at the time, and I was just sort of hanging out with a friend of mine. And the reason why I went ahead and beat it is because, you know, my friend liked seeing it enough, so I just kind of made fun of it while I was, you know, playing the game. Or not made fun of it, really, but, like, not really made fun of it, but I talked about it while my friend was around. Okay, there we go. And that's the only reason why I got through it. But one of the things that I think's kind of surprising about streaming in general is that I think it's a little, it can be really easy to do. Like, play through the game as I'm talking about it. But I think in general, yeah. I think in general the experience of doing this is it can be really easy to talk as I'm doing this, but in some games, I think it requires a little more concentration to actually be able to focus on both things at once. But yeah, Skyward Sword HD, I don't know what the game is going to feel like on the Switch, but it didn't feel right on the... What was it? It must have been the Wii that it was on. Yeah, the thing about Skyward Sword is that I don't want to say that it's a bad game, but you know, the controls didn't it didn't feel like it was a control scheme that was fun to me. I kind of think that the controls were probably done about as well as they could, and I really did like the idea of what the controls were. So I kind of feel like maybe the idea of the controls were interesting to me. So I wanted just to play it to see how the controls actually were. But when I actually played them, when I actually played it, I was like, oh, well, the controls are interesting, but I don't think they're quite the right idea. Like, I sort of think of it as like an experimental game that was a good idea because it was an experiment. Like, you never know how experiments are going to try out until you actually do them. So in that sense, I think of it as like an experimental game that I'm going to try to turn that into a fairy. But I sort of thought of it as like an experimental game that failed. Kind of. Oh, wow, that's neat. It's just preparing me for the boss room, I guess. Well, that's good. But, I don't know. But I played the full game through, and, you know, it's definitely not bad. But it's going to be the game that I don't care about. What? Do I have... Oh, okay. Maybe a statue or something appears if I kill this. What? I don't have the cane. In fact, the cane is like Turtle Rock's treasure, so... What? Is that supposed... No, maybe that's supposed to be a one-way exit. The later Game Boy games, Phantom and such. Oh yeah, I never... Yeah, you have a nice day at work too, Star Fox. It's nice to see... Always nice to see somebody in there. Somebody new. Okay. But yeah, the Phantom Hourglass and I don't even know what the other one was called. The one with the train, Spirit Tracks. That's it. I only played Phantom Hourglass, but you know, I didn't like it because not because of the whole like returning to the same dungeon again and again. Really, just the phantom the phantom things. I didn't care for that. Oh, I guess this is good enough. I guess I don't need to be in that one room. Okay. Oh, Okay, I pushed the wrong one down. I need to push the bottom left one down, because you can only push those tiles once. I don't know why I completely forgot that's what I needed to be doing here, until just then when I actually saw the block in there. I was like, what? The cane would be able to fix this problem? Oh. I have to go all the way to the left side. I wonder how many people like had trouble with that particular thing. Now I have to go all the way back again. Yeah. Okay. You will be a fairy in my bottle. At least I'm getting lots of fairies and such. Yeah. But yeah, see what I mean about the game being easy? It's like I entered this dungeon with less resources than I have now. I mean, I have 2 fairies and 2 life potions, but like the dungeon gave me extra stuff, chests and whatnot. Got to round to the chest again. Yeah. Well, at least now I know that one room I can use the hookshot in. What I was going to do, if you didn't say that, was I was going to go all the way up to the next floor and go down the stairs from the left side of that room. Or to enter the floor from the left side of the room. So the fact that you said just go to the chest is helpful. Yeah. Should have just ran through the room. Just hope I have enough magic for the boss. I think I will. I mean, I have the half magic and power up. And I have full magic right now. I don't think I need to use magic again to get to the boss room. Actually, I don't think I've ever run out of magic for stuff. Because the way I always would play this was I never used a resource unless I had to use a resource. That's why I'm not using bombs or arrows or whatever. I was too close to the door to use that. There we go. Whee! There we go. I could see people not knowing what to do in this area. This is also the day. One of the things that I think also contributes to this is that there's a bunch of little puzzles that are like this, where it's not exactly entirely clear what you're supposed to do the first time. And so it kind of, even though the puzzle is kind of easy, it's something that you will almost certainly figure out on your own. And there weren't any like walkthroughs, or there's no ability to go on the internet to look stuff up. So the fact that it is something that you won't get the first time, and you have to figure it out on your own, plus the fact that there's lots of puzzles like this, means that there's probably one of them that you'll find. There's probably at least one puzzle or challenge or something somewhere in the game that you won't be able to figure out for a little while. Like, at least one. Not necessarily because, you can't, but just because you're not thinking of whatever correctly. So when you finally encounter such a puzzle, face it for the first time, then you're going to, feel like you actually accomplished something at the time you clear it. I think that also contributes to this. People loving these games. Because they all sort of have that kind of design philosophy. If a puzzle is hard, you're not required to clear it for the game, or it gives you like an item. And most of the puzzles are kind of straightforward and simple. I guess I'll use the magic rod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it requires 8 shots, I guess. Oh, wow. That does 4 hearts of hits. Oh, hi, Arboreal. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized that I can't hear the sound. I don't know why it took me this long to figure out I can't hear the sound, but is the sound audible to you guys? I guess it's not. I just looked at the audio thing. I guess I should tinker with that before I or after I. Well, you know what? I could just pause it. I could not pause it while the boss was blowing up. But I'm going to try to fix the sound so it's at least slightly audible in the background. You don't think you can hear it either, but my voice is enough. Well, that's nice to say, but right. It's weird because whenever I launch this program, it's like all the settings are still the same, but like it feels like whatever I do. Oh, you weren't bothered by it being silent? Yeah, I guess I do try to talk a lot, but there are moments of silence. Oh, oops. I don't know what it is. For some reason, it feels like every time I launch this program, if I try to stream something from the Switch, it like resets all of the audio stuff, or like it randomly changes some of the settings. Like right now, I have the screen slightly offset, and I have 2 video feeds, one for the webcam and one for the actual game console. But sometimes I'll launch it up and it will have the webcam as the larger feed, and the other one will be blank, and it won't be able to get any input from the Switch. Just need to make the sounds manually. I can't really do that. That would be very difficult to do that correctly. But I guess if you two aren't bothered by that, then I may as well just continue on as I am. Because I think in order to... Yeah. Wow, I'm really bad at this. I remember when I was trying to do like speedruns of the game, I would not like get any healing items whatsoever. Like I would not buy any life medicine. But right now I'm just, I don't know. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. I also remember one time I went through this game, I did not get the treasure in this dungeon because I wanted to know if the armor upgrade or the tunic you get was just upgraded by one step in the 2 dungeons that have the upgrades. So I actually played through the game once by skipping the big treasure chest in this dungeon. A life medicine. I think red potion was what it was called in the original game. But anyway, I do remember playing through it like that because I wanted to get the one that's in the last dungeon. Because the last dungeon also has an armor upgrade, and so I thought, oh, it'd be interesting to know if I can get that armor upgrade, if it just increases my armor by 1 step, or if it will give me the second upgraded armor. And if I recall correctly, it does give you the second armor in that dungeon, so that armor is the thing that's in there. It doesn't just like upgrade your armor by 1 step each time, you know? But then after that, I wondered, hey, if I get the other thing, does it replace the armor that I have on currently? And I thought that was pretty interesting. You only ever have the blue potion? Yeah, well, the blue potion is the best one because it refills your magic, but since I almost never use magic, I don't do that. But anyway, if you get the second armor first, and then you go back to this dungeon and get this armor, then it does not overwrite. Because I thought that would be an interesting thing to do for, completion's sake. But yeah, it automatically, it still gives you the text of, like, Grandma's soup. Yeah, Grandma's soup is, like, I think the best usable potion item that's in any of the games. Speaking of easy, that's, like, probably the easiest Zelda game that's been made, too. But yeah. Anyway, let's see what the lore is. They say the Hylia people controlled mysterious powers, as did the 7 wise men. But the blood of the Hylia has become thin over time. We who carry the blood of the 7 wise men do not possess strong power anymore either. Our powers will increase if we mix the courage of the knights with the wisdom of the wise men. Only a short time remains until the gate, a castle linking the worlds, opens completely. Why is she discounting herself in that? Like, I'm rescuing these maidens, but like they don't have the power that they're talking about. It's specifically the power of the wise men that I am not getting at all. Like, why does it have this? Just seems kind of weird. It's like, oh, the power of the wise man resides in my bloodline, so we can access it if all 7 of us are, or if all 8 of us are together. But no, they don't say that. They just say, access the power of the wise men. Like, what? Like, wouldn't that be all of your ancestors? Because the reason why these guys are imprisoned is because they are the descendants of the people that originally sealed away Ganon. So you'd think that means they're actually important. But yeah. Oh yeah. Wind Waker is a really great entry point for the game series. Like if somebody's playing if it's the first time somebody's playing a Zelda game, I think Wind Waker is probably the single best one. Because let's face it, if somebody's playing Zelda for the first time, they're probably either a new-time gamer or a kid. And you definitely could not go wrong with Wind Waker for people that are inexperienced with games. It'd be the absolute easiest entry point. Oh, I guess I have one heart piece, not two. But anyway, I think it's kind of interesting, some of the lore and such that's in these games. Just the way that they're written and such. Where do I want to go? Guess I'll go down here. Oh, I don't have any money. I was going to buy life potions, but I guess not. Because I just don't have the money for it right now. Yeah, well, you know, affinity for trapping princesses in geometric shapes. Well, you know, crystals are always like a fantasy thing because crystals are kind of neat and mysterious. Yeah, that's neat that the sign says that. I was always passing it before because, like, normally I never read those signs because, you know, I know everything about the game. Or at least if I get to a particular screen, I'll remember things about the game. All the stuff for completion points. But, so like all the signs I normally pass. Like I think the last time I played through, I didn't read any of those signs. Just because they give you hints for stuff that I would already know, but, you know, reading it anyway for just to see what they are is kind of interesting. But yeah, I like to see things in lore sometimes. But yeah, it's a fantasy world, and I think fantasy world crystals are an easy go-to for stuff, like magic stuff. Just have things about crystals. Actually, I want to see something. The last time oh, I guess that's permanently up now. Are all the gravestones movable that way? No, they're not all movable that way. That's kind of weird. So something that kind of like I'm noticing now, but I'm kind of wondering, is that it looks to me like Link has pink hair in this game. Like he did in the previous armor set, and I figured that was just a stylish thing to make him look like that, but like he has pink hair. It like sticks out from underneath his cap, doesn't it? Because it comes down the sides of his head. So like, that's pink hair. I don't think I remember pink hair being canonical to the games at any point, really. Like, I'm pretty sure I looked through the instruction manual and I don't remember him having pink hair in that, but like, he has pink hair. I mean, it's kind of neat, but, you know, unexpected because, you know, you'd think that you'd remember something like that. Likely the best hair color. Yeah, it's natural. He doesn't dye it. It's just the way his hair is in this world. That's what makes him the special one. So he has pink hair. Okay. There's a place just outside the desert that spawns 50 rupees every time you enter. Just in case you need quick monies. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I don't really know. I guess I could go to the next dungeon. The next dungeon is the desert. But I'm not really headed anywhere in particular right now. What was in this place? Used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. Oh yeah, this is the person that gives you the hint about it. I think there's money in the basement here. I guess I'll get it. But yeah, like this stuff you can get it like before you get the Master Sword. Like all the things in here. So like, I don't know why I didn't get that much earlier, but you know. It's just stuff that I never think to get until I'm like near it. And a heart piece. Yeah, actually. The thing is that I don't remember where the heart pieces are, but I vaguely do recall things like where in particular I need to go to get stuff. And so I remember like certain places are empty and there's really no reason to go there or revisit them. And I also remember that there's something here, but I'm never quite sure what. In terms of money, I know that there was money here. But yeah, I sort of vaguely recall there being a heart piece. But you know, that's just the result of playing it so many times. Actually, speaking of like Wind Waker, I think it's possible to fish up all the treasures without having the treasure maps in that game. I'm not exactly certain, but I believe that's the case with the game. And if that's the case with the game, then that would make a speed run with it pretty crazy. Like if any of the game doesn't do that. No, I did not get the digging mini game heart piece. I played it for 4 or 5 times and it didn't like pop up randomly, and I didn't remember if it was under a specific tile, but I figured that at the time that I'd come back to it later to get it. Because I do remember there was one there, but I didn't want to spend, 20, 30 minutes digging up the field in order to get that heart piece. So I gave it a few attempts, and then I moved on. Oh, okay, all of the speed runs just bypass that barrier. I guess that makes sense. But still, I'm curious if it's possible to do that. I don't think the arrow game gives you anything. Oh, it is just random. Maybe I'll do that then. Maybe I'll just do the digging minigame. Because I think you can generally keep the money that you have as you play the minigame. Like you mostly make up the money. As long as you keep digging, you mostly make up the money or get slightly more money than what you spent to play it. So I can probably do that. But yeah, it's good to know that it's random though. Because, I never quite sure that I remember. I guess that makes sense because I didn't have a general idea of what part of the place the heart piece would be. And with something like the flute, I knew the general area that it was, or I remembered the general area where to dig to get the flute. So kind of makes sense that since there isn't a cheat area, or since there isn't a particular spot it is, I guess it makes sense I wouldn't remember anything particular about it. Easiest way to get it is to keep doing it in the same spots over and over. Why would that be easier than just playing the game randomly each time? I mean, if it's... I would imagine that it's probably like random, but it probably has like certain spots are much more likely to contain it than other spots. And I forget if... I don't think the arrow game has a heart piece in it. I think the arrow game is just if you match 5, it just gives you a huge rupee bonus because you got all of them in a row. Well, for you it seems that way. Yeah, there's probably like one of these tiles that has a 1 in 3 chance of having the heart piece or something ridiculous like that. Or like there's probably like a collection of 10 or so that has a 1 in 3 chance or something like that. Because randomness always produces results that can seem not random sometimes. So if they have like 1,000 different if there's like 1,000 different layouts, there's probably some of them where technically it's random, but the heart piece will never appear in this one tile, and you know, technically it's random, but this one tile will almost always contain a 20-piece rupee. I guess you can maybe dig up about 1/3 of the field every time. So the third is probably not as impressive seeming a number as I said at first, but still, I'm sure that you both know what I mean by that. Or you all. Because I don't know if there's another person out there. There could be. Okay. Yeah. I usually would dig like this when I played the game before, and I guess that's why I would do it this way. Because it didn't matter. And that I ended up making more money that way too. Okay, yeah, I have all of those except for this one. Because I did the chest after forging the sword. Wonder if there's people that get frustrated because they play this game and they like know they have like a guidebook telling them where things are, but then they like forget what they've gotten and what they've not gotten. So like with this game in particular, they'd play it and think that they hadn't gotten the heart piece when they really had. And then they'd end up you know, playing this over 20 more times trying to dig up the heart piece. But you know, I know I didn't get it before, so that's not happening to me right now. Well, as far as I remember. Because who knows? I was a little sleepy the last time I played this game. I have a habit of staying up way later than I should. Just in general. So when I got up early to stream this the next day, I ended up not playing it as long last time as I normally would. Yeah. But yeah. I think my goal in my head here is to maybe get one more heart container before going on to the next dungeon. What even is the next dungeon? Like, not the next dungeon, because I know it's the swamp, but I don't remember what the item is that you get there. I'd probably remember it if I actually opened up the inventory and looked at it and just thought about all the items that are in the game. Because I know the cane is in the Turtle Rock. And the cane and one other item are the only ones I'm missing right now. Because upgraded armor is in the last one. Red cane? Oh, there's 2 canes? For some reason I'm not remembering that. Or am I thinking of the red cane and the red cane is the one that's in the next dungeon? Well, Arboreal, I was thinking that I was going to do 100%. Just because most of the heart pieces are kind of like you can get them while you're just running around in the area. And doing 100% in this game doesn't take you a bunch of extra time, and it's not particularly hard compared to, you know, the length of time it takes to defeat the whole game. Like right now, I think I'm on track to have everything except, you know, this heart piece, apparently. And I think only a handful of heart pieces are the only things I have left. There we go. Oh well. Well, I have more money here from here than when I started, so I can afford some red potion now. Oh, the red cane's in the next dungeon. The red cane, the silver cane, and the mirror shield. Oh right, the mirror shield. I think that's in Turtle... No, that's not Turtle Rock. I know one of the dungeons gives a mirror shield, but I don't remember. I don't even remember what the silver cane does. That's a consequence of never using the items, because that's just the consequence of never using these items. Really. The red cane will spawn a block that is pushable, and if I trigger the item again, it makes the block explode. Not like a bomb, but explode into 4 fireballs that travel in the 4 corner directions. Turtle Rock has the mirror shield. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And then the other cane... The other cane makes a protective barrier, doesn't it? And you get it from Turtle Rock, I think, maybe. Or you get it when you're, you know, going through the Turtle Rock area. I think that's correct. Okay, well, I guess I will go buy some health potions, because I have money now. Yeah, I used to know all this stuff offhand, but you know, I've tried to have... It's funny how many games you can like completely memorize, because there's a lot of information to memorize in games. But there's just so much that, you know, there's just so much that you can just fill your brain with a bunch of useless stuff. But then, you know, as you go on, you forget all the useless stuff you knew before to learn more new useless stuff. I guess I'll rupee hunt here. I only need a little... Wait, no. For some reason I was thinking I need 80 rupees to get another health potion. But I guess I don't. So I may as well move on with the next dungeon. It's on the mountain in the Dark World near the final dungeon. Yeah, I do remember that. Like, I don't remember exactly. I think you need the invisibility cloak to get it. I think I remember... Maybe you don't need to be in Turtle Rock to get it, because the item you need to be in Turtle Rock to get is the heart piece. So I think it's in another one of those random caves. Like, I probably could have gotten it by now. Or gotten it a while ago. But I just haven't yet. Okay. Well, I can't think of any obvious heart piece to go for right now. So I think there's one in here though somewhere. I know was one over there, but that was in the light world and I already got it. And was it here? Okay. It is here. See, that's what I mean about sort of half remembering it. I think I already have the other swamp one. I think I got it around the time that I got the treasure chest. It was like right as I quit the game. But I guess I may as well check. Or this is a ferry, I think. Or no, it's just a room of collectibles. And the guy, it tells you an interesting story. If you pay him money. Pretty sure I paid him money last time, but I forget what he said. He probably just said that I need to do something. I think he mentioned something about a strong wind would make the rain stop. Which I think is just supposed to be your hint about, you know. Oh, if you have the medallion that looks like that, you might be able to enter the dungeon. But yeah, I think I already have the thing here. It's in the top right using the magic mirror. I don't know if I guess I may as well go check it. Even though I think I'll have to open the dungeon again when I return. I'm not sure if I got that. Okay, yeah. I know I did not get this one. Whee! Well, thanks, Agna Kitty. If if my goal is to get 100%, then you just made me save a bunch of time on it. Now there's 2 heart pieces I know the location of that I haven't gotten yet, and I can't think of where the last one is that I haven't gotten yet, because there's only one more. Or there's only one more heart container total, I believe. Oh, I guess it stayed open. Okay. I guess maybe having to use it every time is not a good thing. I also remember thinking of, like, all the different dungeons needing what items you needed to clear them. Yeah, well, one of them's easy to get because it's just, hey, how about you go outside and just explore this cliff down here? Does the treasure chest... Oh, I was gonna say, does the treasure chest count as an item, but... or count as a heart piece in the desert, but yeah. That was a bottle, not a heart piece. In general, it's every time there's a hidden item, it's usually more... it's more likely you'll think it was a heart piece, just because most of the hidden items are heart pieces. Yeah, I got the money. The other's in a cave. I think I already got the cave one. It's underneath a rock, I believe, in the entrance to the desert. So if that's the one you're thinking of, then yeah, it's one that I got. Yeah. Well, I was going to capture that fairy, but I guess getting it right away is enough. Oh, what am I doing? I should have used the hook shot there, because that's what you're supposed to do. Ah. Okay. Okay, there we go. Well, now I have the things. Whee! Oh, I can't get this yet. I feel like when I saw those eyes, I would probably remember. Yeah. I feel like when I saw those eyes, I would probably remember that was the mirror shield area. I wonder how many other of these games I could probably play and sort of half remember them. Sort of make them new experiences, but then like also play them really badly because I sort of know what I'm doing, but not really. Probably almost all the Zelda games at this point. Almost all of them. Like at some point I could probably play Wind Waker again. I thought only one of those torches was firing at me. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. There we go. That skull in the middle of nowhere. Wonder what's under that skull. I probably ran out there and gotten it before. I think I can use the invisibility cloak to get it. Pick it up without taking damage. But I won't do that because I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. Oh well, have a nice sleep, Anika Kitty. It's nice of you to show up. You saved me a bit of time at least in trying to do a 100% run. I don't know if I'll do it today, but I might finish this up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whee. Yeah. Can't do much of anything, but I can open that door, I guess. Well, that was worth it to try to do at least. What? I really don't remember that being necessary here. There might be another way to cross it, I guess, but, you know, if there is, I don't know what it is. Or I can't think of it right now, at least. But the magic cape is... It is a completely optional thing to get, but, you know, that kind of suggests that it's not. Or rather, it's not meant to be optional. Yeah, I thought the shield would protect me there. Okay, well... Okay, I think the other cracks aren't anything either. Okay. Okay. I'm sort of missing the music, so I think I might pause to tinker with it in a little bit. Oh, that's neat. The skull doesn't approach me if I don't face it. I do not remember that being their behavior. But I guess that is interesting behavior. I don't remember them being boos. No, I'm not very good at dodging those guys. Okay. I thought maybe the map or the compass was down there. I guess as long as these enemies keep respawning, I can at least make sure my life stays up. Okay, I think I'm going to unplug this and plug it back in and hope that doesn't mess anything up. Hello? Okay. There we go. For some reason, unplugging it and plugging it back in fixed the sound for the Switch. But for some reason that also made it so my headset would also pick up the input audio in addition to my microphone. And also it freezes up the video feed, so I have to open the options for that and reset it. Sound died for the stream now? But I can hear it. That's weird. You can at least hear me, right? Or did sound completely die? Yeah, just the game sound? I don't... Okay. Did that fix it? I don't know. Every time I load this up, I have to like reset everything, it seems. Okay, so it did fix it. No, nope, it didn't. Okay, well, I have no idea about about why this is happening, but I'm pretty sure every other time I played the game, it's picked up the audio correctly. So I don't know why it's refusing to work right now, because I have all the same settings set up to make it look like... I have all the same settings to make it look like this is what I want. Maybe if I switch away and switch back. Well, that probably didn't work either. I really don't know what I could do to fix this. Oh well. Well, that's the problem with not being a technical person, is I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just the particular thing that I do. Ooh, slow down. Gave me a lot of bombs. One rupee. So those can drop either a bomb, 4 bombs, 8 bombs, or 1 rupee. Yeah, maybe next time I'll be able to actually have the sound on. But yeah, it's really bizarre to not have the sound on. I mean, the sound is nice and all, but it's not necessary. I can hear it at least. So that makes it... I don't know, maybe the sound distracts me and I should just turn it off. Since it can't be heard on stream anyway. What? Oh darn, I thought... Guess this is one of those areas where lighting the torches doesn't do anything. Oh, okay, you have to light them between both rooms. Probably. It feels like those guys should be blinking in a bit, but they're just suddenly appearing, it seems. I don't know. Something seems slightly off about them. I don't know if those guys will keep appearing or not. But maybe. There we go. Okay. But yeah, maybe next time I'll make sure it's working correctly. I hate having to try to figure out technical stuff. Okay. It just played the secret sound. And it froze up for a long time while it played a rumble sound. I don't remember what any of that stuff did though. You must set fire to 4 torches to open the way forward. Yeah. they give you a hint because I think that's the only point in any of the Zelda games that ever does that. But at this point, there were only 2 Zelda games, so maybe 3 before this? Because I don't actually remember when Link's Awakening was released. I think it was released after this, though, so it would have been Zelda 1, Zelda 2. There aren't any other games that, like, do the thing. Do this particular thing. But yeah, now there's 4 of them. I think maybe they just keep spawning. And I have no recollection of why it is that you're supposed to know you can do that. Yeah, now I have the big key. Like, I guess you know it because, the boss is up that direction, I think. Like, I don't remember why you ever jump down that hole if you're not, if you don't already know about it. Because, like, most of the rest of the areas, if a hole looks like that, that means you can't go down it without, you know, taking a hit. That's like the one time in the game that you jump down a hole that doesn't look like it's has a floor underneath. But then if you look on the map, that is right above the other door. Let's see. And I have not found the map for some reason. It's probably one of the random other rooms that I haven't gone in yet. The map's not necessary, but, you know, just sort of gives you a vague idea of where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. Okay. Well, at the very least, yeah. Maybe next time I'll have sound working. Although I don't know why it's not working now. That's just ridiculous. But the sound was briefly working for you, right? Like, it seems weird to have it working and then not working because I got the sound to work for me. Cane of Samaria. Okay. What a mysterious cane. Okay, I guess that wasn't called the Cane of Eldon. Oh, there's the map. I couldn't get it yet because that pathway was blocked off. Okay. I don't know why I kept calling that the Cane of Eldon. Oh. I have the dungeon item. And the big key. I have everything. I don't know why it is that, why it is I don't have the compass. Oh, okay. that's helpful. There's a treasure chest there I didn't get. That's probably the one that has the compass. Ah. Oh, okay. A key. Okay, well, time for me to use the cane. And that's what this thing is for. You create a little block. Can't. There we go. So now I can hit those switches without needing to get something. Super useful. That's why they give you more magic power, so you can definitely use it there. Yeah, may as well use that. I think there's a couple switches you have to hit with it in Turtle Rock, but apart from that, I never... It's technically useful as an attack, because you can make the block explode, but I don't think it's ever actually something I've used for anything. Okay. Ah. No, I guess I could have used the cape there. Okay. I really don't remember these rooms for some reason. I guess it's possible that there's a switch somewhere over there. Well, there's a skeleton over there. At least. Good thing they emit light when you attack them. Like that. Okay, let's see if there's something else up here. Okay. Ah. What, really? Okay. It seemed for sure that that would be a thing. I guess not. Guess it's just there to throw you off from being able to do that. Maybe. The magic powder can also transform other enemies into stuff. But yeah, it is weird that the sound doesn't want to work. But, well, can't really do anything about that now. There we go. Kill all the shadow rats, or whatever they are. What? So that is something possible to bomb. I guess I just must have missed. Ah, I thought I had the powder out. Again. I don't think I actually need the magic power in this dungeon for the boss. Boy, there a bunch of them spawn all over this room. Okay, maybe they just keep dropping if I swing my sword or something. I really don't remember the slimes dropping down constantly. Seems a little excessive, but at this point you kind of, it's kind of easy to dodge all of them and such, but still. I guess maybe I could farm them for stuff, but don't really need to. Okay. I guess I missed the compass here. I don't think there's anything that would be in this treasure chest. I don't think there's anything in the couple rooms that I missed in the treasure chest. But that means that there's, what, 2 keys that I didn't get? Because I think I needed I think I needed 1 key to get into that door in the basement too. Oh well, I don't know. It's, confusing. Tiny eyes come towards me, and the big eye tries to shoot me with lightning. But yeah, you can just keep doing this until the big eye, like, reveals itself, and then get out of the way. Oh, whoops. Oh well, that's why I have the fairies. For when I'm not paying attention, or I don't press the button in time. Okay. Oh, I wasn't paying attention that time. And now the big eye will start bouncing towards me. Which, this boss feels like... I don't know. I had a lot more trouble at him this time. But I don't know. This boss feels like he might be easier than the last couple of them. It's hard to say because he deals a lot more damage than is expected. And I guess that bouncing is a little harder to necessarily swing the sword against. There we go. Doesn't seem like I should be running around on this ooze that's left behind. Also, it doesn't seem like the ooze should be pulsing still, because the eyes are gone. But oh well. Okay, let's see what this person says. They probably just say, rescue Zelda. Because it's the last one. The next dungeon has Zelda in it. Yeah, and they all say this. They've like all practiced what they're gonna say to me as soon as they see me. But they all know who I am for some reason. I don't know why. Because they were captured before the game started, so they never met me. Maybe they're all like in psychic contact with each other. Because it's at least confirmed that Zelda has the ability to speak to you, even though she's imprisoned through psychic powers. But anyway, Ganon captured it because he couldn't break the seal of the wise men. No, Ganon didn't capture you. It was the Aghanim that captured you, not Ganon. See, I think because of this, for the longest time I always thought that Aghanim was Ganon, and he was just like using a fake name. Like that's what I always figured it was when I played this as a kid, because, you know, Ganon is the bad guy and that other guy was a bad guy. And this person kind of implies that Ganon's the one that captured them, even though, according to the lore, the story is supposed to be that Aghanim did it. Of course, Aghanim is not really explained. He's just a guy that's around for some reason. He's closer to, like, I think what Twilight Princess did with Zant. But, you know, in this game, Ganon is supposed to be sealed away. And I always just figured that Ganon was trying to open the portal to the Golden Realm again to reclaim the power that was sealed away there. But no, apparently Ganon is supposed to be the one that is sealed away. Like, I've never seen Ganon at this point. I saw that other guy, Aghanim. But Aghanim is supposed to be, I think, dead now. But yeah, Ganon didn't capture you. So she's just, like, confused for some reason. Maybe it's something to do with the translation or something. Oh, okay, they acknowledge that. Okay. So they do acknowledge that the wizard is another person. And that the wizard was used to take them here. Okay. So Ganon did put them in the crystals. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I only half read these things when I was a kid. That's probably what it is. So she isn't confused. I was just confused because I didn't read the rest of that text. Okay, well, I know where 2 of the heart pieces are. I don't think I want to just randomly search around for the 3rd. So maybe this won't be a 100% completion game. Do I have enough money? Yeah, I do. I'll just buy another one, even though I didn't use them last time. I'll just have to be more careful about using them. Unless I get another fairy in the next dungeon, which I might. Yeah. I do not remember those knights being as annoying to fight. I think I'd always like dash or something to get out of them. Well, it's time to go up to the... Let me think. There might be... I already got 1 heart piece in the Lost Woods. There might be another, though. Or rather, there might be a heart piece in the Dark Woods area that I didn't get. I don't remember for certain, though. I know I got that one. Boy, those ghosts just like that region of the map right now. And I already got the one that was there. Or that wasn't a heart piece, that was a entrance to get into the thing. I already got that one to the left there. Okay. But yeah. Okay. I've got plenty of time to go through the next couple of dungeons. But yeah, there's 2 more dungeons and then the last boss. I guess I may as well get the, I think there's fairies down here. I'll go ahead and get one before I go up to the mountain. Okay. At one point I'll figure out something to do to fix the sound in video. I think probably the issue is that I disconnected the device and then it had to like reboot the drivers in the middle of the stream for what the device was, and so that like broke the connection. That's probably what it is. Still doesn't really explain why I had that trouble. I can go up here for no reason. This might be where the heart piece I don't have is. It might be, but I don't remember for sure if that's one of them. The only reason that makes me think it is, or that it could be, is because of the fact that that game costs 100 rupees to play. And so it's probably either 1 rupee, a 300 rupees reward, or a heart piece. Because I don't think it would be that expensive unless it had a heart piece in there. So I'll just go back there when I have money and get the 2 remaining heart pieces. Ah. Oh man, I don't remember those boulders being quite that annoying. Okay. So yeah, that Aghanim is basically just Zant. So I guess Twilight Princess was a remake of this, maybe. It is neat how they have these sort of ideas that they keep using over and over again, but they like change them a little bit each time. I think there's just money and stuff up here. Yeah. There's nothing really valuable in this cave. Hooray! I wonder if there was anything worthwhile in the, Boy, those boulders just keep coming. What? I thought that was a portal for some reason. Oh well. All these things still look like chocolate mounds to me. Like fudge or something. Boy, those things are tough. They require 2 swings from the upgraded Master Sword. I just don't remember what was in these caves. Okay, there's the shop there. More expensive red potion, selling a heart. A wall I haven't bombed yet. Because I think all the walls that are bombable that you bomb are they stay open. I'm pretty sure that is one of the bombable areas you can bomb. So wherever it is to get there. Okay. I guess I need either that path there or the one to the right. Well, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too boring with the dead silence and nothing else, but a blinking pink-haired Link. Okay. That's one of the things that always seems kind of weird to me about these games, like each time it's supposed to be a different link, but they all have like they all look really similar. Like it'd be more fun to me, I think, if each link looked similar to a prior link, but like could look quite a bit different. Like they sort of did that thing with the Toon Link in some of the other games. But like this particular one, what? But this particular Link, they didn't, you know, he has pink hair, and that's something that none of the other ones do. I don't even think the instructions of this game had a pink-haired Link in them. So he's like pink-haired in this, but I don't think it's supposed to be canonically pink-haired. I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, like they could easily just do that with some of the other Links. Give them a different skin tone, give them a different hair color, make them look. How about having a Hyrule that's really prosperous and doing well off, and you know most of the Hylians are fat, so now you have a fat Link. That could be an interesting thing, right? You know, character goes on an adventure and he's completely out of shape so that the adventure is like... That would make sense if you played the game. You could have the upgrades be every dungeon he's a little more... has a little more stamina because he's a little more fit. Another heart piece. You know, you don't have to make him get thinner every time, but because, you know, there are people that are very heavy, but they have a lot of fitness to them. Okay, it's stupid that I know to do that. But yeah, you could have a Link that is just physically out of shape, and as the game progresses, he gets stronger just because he's more used to adventuring. Doesn't even have to be old, really, to do that. Okay. I think it's only the top one. Nope. There's one on the left, too. Well, that's kind of nice. But yeah. But yeah, they could have all sorts of different designs for Link. I guess... Okay, I already have one. But yeah, the only pink-haired Link. Well, here's one of the heart pieces that I was missing. Whee! That's a long jump. Okay, I'm not sure where it was I was... I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Nope. Trying to get to that one bombable area I saw up there. I can't recall exactly where it was, but it might be reachable through... No, not there. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about where it was, because I don't think there's a heart piece up there. But that one spot is a place that you can go. I'm certain of that. Okay. Okay. I thought I already went to this particular thing. Okay. Okay. I really don't remember how to get behind that one block. Well, maybe I'll run around a little more, and if I can't find it, I'll just move on. Because I think it might just be rupees that are behind there. I think that thing over on the right is where I want to be. in order to get... No. Thing on the right isn't it. Okay. Let's see. One of these areas is bound to be it. Because I'm pretty sure there is something for the 100% completion goal around here. This is just a ledge, I think, that you can drop off of. Yeah. That's not where I want to be. I want to be there, maybe? Nope. But the left one will probably just drop me on the same stretch. Okay, I don't remember how to get into this other area. I guess I don't really need to. There's a stairway up. Because I'm pretty sure you drop into that room from above. And that's how you get in there. But, oh well. It's not important, so... Or maybe if that heart piece that's in the one spot. Or I might remember it later. Unless it's this. Okay, it is that. It just seems unintuitive because that area down there does not seem like it's at a higher altitude than this spot. Bombs, arrows, yeah. Yeah, it was nothing. Whee! I think some of this stuff you're kind of meant to revisit at the time you do the third pendant in the tower. That's why all the treasure is like treasure and not something that would be useful at this point in the game. Well, I mean, I guess money still is useful at this point in the game, but I mean, if it was treasure that you were meant to access near the end, even if it wasn't like a heart piece or an item, it would be something like 300 rupees or 100 rupees. Not a total of 100 split between 5 chests. Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, time to do Turtle Rock. And you don't particularly need to actually be in the Dark World when you approach it, because there's pegs here, and you just need to hammer at the pegs. It's... what? I thought you just need to hammer at the pegs for some reason. I guess not. Maybe that was something that A Link Between Worlds did. Because they did use the same map, so I might be thinking of that, because I've played that one more recently. Anyway, I think I might... I might be doing something where... yeah. Okay, that's weird. Oh, okay. Okay, you do hammer the 3 pegs down, but you have to do it in a particular order. It's a good thing I turned the sound on, otherwise, at least for myself, because then I wouldn't have heard the sound for it. I never remember this, that there was a particular order you had to do these in. Okay. And I was talking, so I didn't hear the buzz of incorrectness earlier. Okay. Now I use Earthquake. It wouldn't have worked if I used it down there for some reason. I guess it is a magic thing. You don't just... It doesn't like tumble out of place or anything. So I guess that makes sense to have it be there. Okay. Well, I think even though I have not been going too long, I think for now I will quit the stream and I'll pick it up a bit later. I'll be resuming here at Death Mountain. Or Turtle Rock. Let's see, what's this say? Okay. Well, I will be heading out now. So see you later.